Um, what are the ships that are near my house that consistently seem to fly there?
Well, there are different ones at different times. There's a lot of traffic around your planet, but the vast majority of them are probably Pleiadian.
Are they trying to get my attention, or are they just doing what they're doing?
Well, it's not so much that they're trying to get your attention. They are observing whether or not you are able to pay attention to the fact that they're there.
Okay. How would I know, per se, if I was in my room, if they were telepathically contacting me?
It would be obvious. You wouldn't even have to ask the question.
Okay.
Is it obvious that I am speaking to you now?
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
It would be that obvious.
Okay, I understand. How do I get specific entities to stop touching me?
Why do you believe that entities are touching you?
I feel something touching me.
Can they not be members of your soul family reaching out to you to let you know they are there?
I don't think so.
Why don't you think so?
It doesn't feel very positive to me.
What is it that you are afraid of in life?
Um, I guess just being myself to the fullest extent.
And why is that something you are afraid of? What do you think will happen if you are yourself to the fullest extent?
I guess in the past, where tried, especially when I was a child, there was a lot of negativity.
All right. But that's what's touching you, is your own negativity. It's attempting from your soul family to point out that you still have these fears and haven't yet let them go. Nothing bad will happen if you are your true self. That's just the negative and fear-based belief telling you a story to prevent you from letting it go and moving forward. So in a sense, the touching is to point out that you still have fears, and that's why it's uncomfortable for you. They're attempting to get you to face those fears and let them go. They're pointing them out to you. So if you want them to stop touching you, you have to let go of your fears.
Okay.
Then they will have no reason to point them out to you.
Is there a different way that they can point that out to me?
It's being done out of love. It's your life path. You ask them to remind you that you have these fears and this is your challenge, and that you ask them to help you get in touch with them so that you could find out what these belief systems are that don't work for you and let them go. So they're just doing what you ask them to do. You just don't remember that.
Okay. I'm going to have to process that, but that's all I had to ask you.
All right. Then sweet dreams to you.
Thank you. And thanks so much.
You are welcome.
Hello again, Bashar. Gunnar calling from Norway again. I have a question for you. First of all, thank you for all the fantastic information that you gives us. I have a question. I have a daughter which is 16 years old, and she is a very independent young lady. She has her own opinion and is sometimes I wonder if she is from another planet or is she, or am I just imagining it? Okay, bye-bye. Thank you for all the good stuff you gave us. Bye.
She is not from another planet, but you all have connections to other civilizations. So the idea is that you may be picking up on the fact that being a member of a new generation that is literally a new species with slightly different DNA, she feels like an alien or an ET, but she is an accelerated human with more evidence energetically of her connections to other extraterrestrial civilizations. But this is what the future human is like, is all about.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Special Valentine's greetings to you since we're in our month of February.
All right. Happy Valentine's to you as well.
I'd like to discuss an experience that I had recently.
Yes.
It was early October last year, very early morning, sometime around 3 a.m. I had gotten out of bed and wandered into my bathroom. I just sort of stood there for a moment. I was listening near the bathroom door, and it was like I was in a trance. And then I noticed something in the hallway just outside the bathroom door. It was only 2 or 3 feet away from me. It looked like a little cloud of swirling greenish mist. And I seemed to sense just the most vague outline of a humanoid figure, maybe just
Yes.
barely 5 feet tall. And I spoke to him and stepped towards him. I held out my arms. And then I felt a very strong, quite lovely sensation entering the top of my head. It was pleasantly overwhelming. I felt like I was being swept up. And the next thing I knew, I was laying in bed. The moment I realized I was back in my bed, the quality of the experience felt more like my normal reality. And the being was still with me at my bedside. He said something to me. I couldn't make out what he was saying because his voice sounded garbled. I was not able to clearly see him. I could only hear and feel his presence. I felt some more strong sensations in my energy field, not unpleasant. I said a few words to him and then he left.
Yes.
And I would like to know, the first portion of the experience had a different quality than the second portion. It was more trance-like. What caused the trance-like state that I experienced at first?
Exposure to a higher frequency vibration. It is kind of a reset that you asked for and were given. It kind of resets you to put you on your path a little bit more clearly.
And was I caused to enter that state, or did I cause myself to enter that state?
Well, both. You asked for assistance, it was given.
Why did the being appear as a mist, and why was the mist greenish in color?
Has to do with the heart, the opening of the heart. Again, an interpretation in your physical reality of the energy that you were interacting with, the consciousness you were interacting with. Remember that things coming from one dimension, one reality to another, as an apparition, are not always solid looking. They may maintain themselves to a higher frequency, which doesn't necessarily allow them to coalesce into something that you would recognize as physical, because it doesn't serve the purpose to do so. They can distribute energy to you more efficiently by remaining a little bit closer to their natural, non-physical energetic state.